Please codify this and indicate the specific sentences or sentences parts, snippets, to which these codes apply. Welcome! In this video, I will explore how to use ChatGPT to analyze your project requirements. Using the qualitative data analysis, I will also explain how to avoid hallucinations or made-up data. The key points to note. ChatGPT is intended to support, not to replace, your traditional analytical methods. ChatGPT is an excellent language model. However, it does not replace your specific set of skills, your knowledge and experience. It does not know what to look for and what to compare. It simply follows an instruction. And sometimes where these instructions are not clear, it will extrapolate or make assumptions, which is not what you want. While ChatGPT can generate seemingly accurate results, at closer inspection, it may reveal discrepancies from the desired outcome. ChatGPT can't distinguish fact from fiction, tends to make things up, and can't tell you where they've got it from. This is the most important weakness which I'm trying to manage in here. It also has a tendency to hallucinate, that is, just makes stuff up. And by the way, ChatGPT, although it can read PDF documents, even without OCR, text recognition, it is much better, you will get better results if you will perform OCR before you start. In here, I will use ChatGPT to analyze project requirements using real data. I prepared a set of specifications, reports and drawings which have been redacted and anonymized. This project review aims to highlight and summarize the employee requirements and those which are hidden in the information set. My goal is to improve project profitability by identifying requirements, scope gaps and contradictions, and helping to identify various requests for information, and most importantly, to provide cross-reference summary. I am Jarek. I am electrically biased services engineer. I do this for every project, especially when the design responsibility is being transferred onto the contractor. For 11 years, it was a manual process. Now, I use ChatGPT to support me in verifying the consultant's design to demonstrate whether it complies with industry standards and project requirements. I will start my analysis with the use of codes, which are basically the key repetitive words that are important to me. During the analysis, I will demonstrate how to upload information and apply detailed descriptive codes. The goal is to associate specific sentences from the project information or parts of sentences with these codes to be able to provide relevant quotes as examples. This precise coding is essential to avoid confusion and maintain clarity and validity in my analysis. I will also explore how to refine the prompts, making them more descriptive and detailed. This method ensures comprehensive analysis and can be used to target discipline-specific review of project requirements. While ChatGPT offers significant assistance, it is not a complete substitute for professional analysis, but rather supportive aid. Now, let's just crack on. So, this is a ChatGPT 4 screen, and I'm gonna now upload documents. What I have is a few reports. The main documents which I am interested in, being an electrical designer, is the MEP Stage 3 report. I'm gonna upload the documents. You can upload maximum 10 documents to ChatGPT. So highlight them all and click open. They will load. I will also upload drawings. I've got 4 schematic drawings. By the way, I'll show you what they are. So I've got the Stage 3 report with lots of text. This is a PDF document. All of them are PDF documents. Lighting schedule, ventilation strategy, energy strategy, and some schematic drawings. Okay, typical real project. My first prompt, let me just copy it, I've got it all prepared. This is my first prompt. I upload the documents for you to analyze. These reports and drawings from hospital project. What I need from you. You need to be very descriptive. High-level review of information to scope value engineering opportunities for electrical services on the hospital endoscopy MEP Stage 3 report. Technical review and the report on Stage 3 design, checking calculations for major planned items for electrical services, alternative engineering and proposed alternative solution, Please provide for electrical services, watch it notes, early warning or hidden requirements that are likely to be missed during tender. Please list any residual design risk for the electrical services. This is really a bit of a wild stab, but I'm doing it specifically to set the scene. I'm not expecting this result to be really good at this point. I'm doing it for a purpose. So as you can see, I've got some observations. Let's see what they are. As you can see when you read them, consider utilizing more energy efficient. This is not really helpful. This is just kind of generic, not very helpful output, yeah? But that's okay. My next prompt would be slightly more precise. So my next prompt is, please analyze the documents, use the codes listed below and provide quotes for each code, indicating the specific sentences or sentence parts, snippets, to which these codes apply. Please include all direct quotes and names out of the reference documents. Do not provide quotes made up based on common standards or standards mentioned. That's really important because this will prevent the hallucinations and made up stuff. So those codes are basically the text which I am interested in to find any relevance, snippets of information relevant to that. Also at the end, please do not just illustrate how to do it, because quite often ChatGPT is a little bit unpredictable. Sometimes it will give you the output where you expect it, sometimes it will give you guidance how to get there. So please do not just illustrate how this task can be performed, instead perform this task yourself. Please do not explain what the terms mean, because it also tends to do that. I know what the terms mean. I'm only interested in extracting the direct quotes that contain the codes. Please treat each code separately, do not group them, because it sometimes happens as well. Let's see what happens now. I should have a better results now. So he's now reading the documents. And remember, I've got reports, I've got MEP specification or stage 3 report, and I have drawings. ChatGPT can read all this information. Also depends how busy the ChatGPT is. Depending on the time of the day, you may get a worse result. So it is a bit of hit and miss. Oh, there we go. Look, we got some results. You've got quotations, not too bad. It's much better than before because I've got actual factual data from the documents. It tells me in the quotations where they are from when you highlight. And this is helpful. This is a start, but that's not much. This is also a kind of a limitation of ChatGPT. It just stops when it feels like it. So if you like the output, right, let's start differently. If you don't like the output, you need to change the prompt. But if you like what you see, if you like the output, what you can simply do is say, this is great, please continue. And it will carry on in the same manner, providing you this same level of quality output. Basically, it will highlight the possible problems, possible areas within the documents you are interested in, and then you can use that to filter it further, right? So if you continue it, great, please continue, it will spill out more and more information. Continue doing it until you notice that it starts to repeat itself. So read the output, and then when you actually see, well, I think I've seen this before, that means you should stop and try a different prompt. So for this purpose, I'm gonna go to the next prompt. Now I'm gonna ask ChatGPT to analyze only one of the documents, the stage 3 MEP report. I find that when you limit the number of documents for the revision, they are quite lengthy. They are like 200 pages. When you limit the research area or criteria, ChatGPT will give you better results. So this is my next prompt. Please analyze the uploaded hospital endoscopy MEP stage 3 report only. Please analyze the document and list any possible ambiguous or contradictory items. Please codify this and indicate the specific sentences or sentences parts, snippets, to which these codes apply. Please include all direct quotes from the reference document. Do not provide quotes made up or based on common standards or standards mentioned, which also happens. So it's important to include that. So now it's just reading that one document I've asked him for. Now, because the output is from single document, I know where it comes from, but it tells me anyway, look in the quotation, there's a reference. What's important is it gives me the actual quote and it explains what the ambiguity is. This is really, really good, really helpful. It will just stop at some point thinking, oh yeah, I've done a great job. If you like what you see, just keep saying, great. please continue. And it will keep spilling out the same good quality information. Right, let him finish. But what I'm now gonna do, I want ChatGPT to focus on something specific, okay? So look, I like this now, and I would just, if I like it, as I say, I would go, great stuff, please continue. But for the purpose of this video, I'm gonna change the prompt slightly. I like to lead ChatGPT to say, this is not what I wanted, or in this case, I'm saying, really good, please continue. So ChatGPT, I'm expecting that he understands that the output I've seen is what I expected, and that's a good way to analyze the document. So in this case, I'm going, really good, please continue and target BIM related information. So because he gave me quite a broad range of possible contradictions, okay, or ambiguities, now it will concentrate, hopefully, on building information modeling. You see, it recognizes what BIM is, by the way, that's a good start. So there is a potential lack of exactly specified what BIM standards should be or are applicable. Let's just go, great, please continue. I want to see a bit more. There's a bit of repetition here. So now if you see something like this, I've got option change the prompt completely, try to something else. But what I will try is to improve the output. So I'm gonna simply say, copy my previous prompt, related to BIM only, right? Well, let's see what we got now. Repetition, let's see if I get more. So here, this is a good one. There's possible problem with coordination and derogations agreed. And that's another one. MEP system proposal to develop in the next stage of works. But that supposed to be done already. Let's say, please continue. So remember, this is just ChatGPT's interpretation of the possible contradictions. You can now take out of it what you think is relevant and then first check with the documents, you've got references. Secondly, decide what you want to do, how to interpret the result, and use this as a help, not as final solution. Don't just copy and paste to your report. Make fun of yourself. Right, I don't like the output is just repeating itself. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna switch and I'm gonna just copy something. Please continue, but now focus on electrical, fire, say, security, CCTV access control and lighting systems. By the way, when I tested this before, the BIM requirements were much better output. So it proves that it's just a little bit of hit and miss. Sometimes it's best to repeat the exercise second time, maybe different time of the day, because it picked up much more ambiguities related to BIM and specification. Let's see what we've got now with the electrically biased disciplines. So sometimes ChatGPT forgets what he's supposed to analyze. That's why sometimes it's good to repeat the whole prompt explaining everything, but not always. Most of the times it's good just to say continue or just additional prompts rather than the whole prompt. Oh, that's a good one. Increase load requirements. That is actually quite good. And I've got the reference documents. Oh, you see, this is from the drawing. This at the moment is what you would normally expect on any project, so it's not that helpful. DALI lighting system, okay, yeah. Let's go, please continue, good. And what is good in this approach is you need to what you're trying to find. So that's why I put the prompts with my keywords. That's why I used specific terms like lighting, fire, alarm, security, door access, or access control. And I'm asking ChatGPT to treat those keywords as a codes. I find that because this is more aligned with analytical methods and he understands it better, and the quotes it gives you based on those codes just understands better what you want. That's what I find. Then you actually get the real quotes, not made up quotes. 2 hours fire resistant wiring system, that's good. So you need to use enhanced cables. Let's just do one more go. Right, and after this, what I'm gonna do, I will switch and ask ChatGPT to analyze all the documents, not just one single document. And I will ask him to analyze whether there are contradictions in between the documents. And that's really, if you get good output, that's really helpful. That's how you can find scope gaps, for example. Okay, there's a lot of repetition here. I'm gonna try a last more attempt to stop this repetition. Let's see if that will work. You just need to be very descriptive. Hopefully that will help. Oh, and that's what you want. It continues the analysis rather than just starts kind of from scratch. It's only slightly better. All right, we're not gonna get anything better at this moment in time, but I bet if you try again, or if I try again in 1 hour, I will have a different results and it might be better. That's why I would advise to try a few times. But let's see what we can do now with analyzing all the documents. So I've got another prompt. It's very similar, but now, great. Now could you please analyze all the attached documents and list any possible items which are contradictory. Please codify this and indicate the specific sentences or sentences parts snippets, basically very similar prompt, to which this codes apply. Please include all direct quotes and names of the reference documents. Do not provide quotes made up or based on standards or standards mentioned. Let's see what we've got now. So what I would do when I've got all this output, I would just copy that and paste into Word document, for example. I would then search for those quotes just to double check they are the real quotes, just to make sure they are not made up. I don't think they are because I've got cross-reference documents, but you need to check. If you check and everything is good, if you check few, I don't know, 10, 15, and you're finding them exactly as they are, you then got high confidence that what you got is good. Then you can start maybe summarizing, analyzing just the information there. But what I do, I just go and use those quotes, delete the ones I'm not interested in, so I have a more relevant information, and then check the actual documents reports myself. This is what I'm doing now. It's just like a quick overview of the documents, gives me a prompt where to look. So what we've got here, it checked stage 3 report, ventilation statement, energy strategy, and one of the drawings. Okay, great, please continue. So that's good, but I'm sure there is much more. And again, I would continue doing great, please continue until I see repetition. Last time I did it, I had more than 100 really good quotations from all those documents. It was really, really good. So hopefully that will repeat now. That's not really helpful. Okay, there might be something into this. I'm gonna ask him about this. Copy that. Please explain. I think it suggests that you may not be able to achieve full compliance. Let's see. So are you saying this document suggests that full compliance might not be possible? Are there any derogations? Please codify this and indicate with the specific sentences. So let's see what he says. Basically having a conversation with him. It's very intelligent and fast, but you need to tell him exactly what you need. So he wasn't looking for derogations before because I didn't ask. Let's see if he will find it now. I don't know if it's he or she, they, them. Okay, you see, so there is something in it. So that is good. If you see something not quite right, just question it further and you will get better output. Let's just do one more good. Please continue. Remember now he responds to your last prompt. It probably ignored some of the previous prompts. So he's now looking for possible derogations and areas where full compliance might not be possible. You see, that's what he says. You see, following derogations from the technical note were approved via email. That's a really good information, very important information. If you are the one who is reviewing the project requirements, this kind of information you need to find because it may save you or your client money and help you to achieve compliance. Let's just do the last one, trial. Great, would you please go back? I'll just repeat the whole thing again. Let's see what the output we have now. By the way, I hope you enjoy this and find it valuable. I'm gonna put the prompts I've used in the description if I can fit them all there. If not, just give me a shout. I can send them to you or make comments under the video. That would be really helpful, especially if you find better approach, better prompt or improvements. Supply requirements increased due to recent value engineering modifications. That's strange. Value engineering is supposed to reduce the energy consumption. Right, so you see the report details powerful lighting installations that could potentially contradict the lighting pollution. So you need to check lighting specifications. Look, CHP system assessments, that's probably really good contradictions. Let's just please continue. Okay, I think we will stop the recording here. If you're not using Chat GPT, you're basically missing out. It's like you riding a bike to get to the end and everyone else is walking. That's the difference. I know Chat GPT costs money, but it's not much. 2 bottles of wine, Pinot Grigio, it's worth it. So I seriously advise you to start using it if you're not using it already, basically to improve your work. As I say, I hope you enjoyed the video. Please stay in touch, comment, and yeah, give me a like if you liked it. Thank you very much for watching.